Hello and welcome back to our Co-op Let's Play on Follow the Samurai. With me is once again Mizuma.
Hello, everyone.
Kind of weird if it was someone else with me now, wouldn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Like Drunken Mizuma, or Mizuma's brother, Ichiro Mizuma.
Mizami.
Yeah, Mizama. Majima.
Majima. Goro
Yeah.
Majima. Kiryu-chan.
Nani? Nandesu ka?
Arigatou gozaimasu.
Now, the funny thing is, like, the few Japanese curse words I know, like baka, which means, like, extremely foolish, dumbass, whatever. I feel like we didn't really get to learn some Japanese curses in that thing. Oh, it's my turn, huh? Boom.
It is.
Firing range on the way. That is all my money,
Nice.
for the most part. All right, so, Donkey, here, a little tactical question here. What am I supposed to do with these Tanegashima?
I honestly don't know either. I'm not entirely sure. Because they're just kind of... Well, I checked are they at war with anyone, or are they just... like, anyone relevant? Or are they just there, and, like, you see no ulterior motive for them to be there except to attack you? Because you could always, like, park your army in a forest and hope they don't see it, and then if they're like, oh, there's no army here, let's go take Bungo. And then, you can attack them afterwards.
Right.
Or you
Valid
can
idea.
start sabotaging them or start killing off their general and, like, try and piss them off. And then maybe they'll declare war on you.
So it would cost me 1,800 to sabotage. Assassinate is significantly less.
Yeah, I'd probably go for the
12
assassinate first.
Well, here's what I was actually thinking. What I like to do, because it's free generals without the upstart debuff to the other generals, you do get a disloyal debuff, but that's only applies to the one general. I forgot that can't.
Use their daimyo.
No. If you try and enchant an enemy, it's an act of war. I haven't declared war, and I don't want to be the one to declare war. That being said, let's bring Fuckface over here. All right, Fuckface, you stand there. Let us. Okay, so they're hidden, right?
Yeah, I don't know if it'll work if you do it right next to them, though, but it's worth a try.
Well, yeah. Well, the other part is I don't want them to get too far away from me. I do want to be able to chase them down.
Yeah.
So at least for the time being, we'll leave them there for one more turn, and then like we got to, as Kissinger said to Nixon, we got to shit or get off the pot here. So, decisions forthcoming.
I try to kill the general regardless if you've got the money.
Do not, just because I will next turn. My income's pretty damn good. I'm assuming you have no plans on invading Buzen from Nagato?
Wait, where the fuck's Buzen? Here, wait, why would I invade you?
So, facetious question. I've moved my army out, accordingly.
You think you're being funny? Huh?
No, that should have been one where you were like, I don't understand, because I'm not going to invade you. Like, no. It was a joke, man. It was sarcasm. You're like, I mean, just because I'm saying like we're doing a co-op. Why would I invade you?
Yeah, I'm not
that
gonna.
doesn't make any sense.
I mean, why are you even asking me that? Like,
Weird.
I'm obviously not gonna attack you. Like,
yeah.
why are you moving units in there? I'm not gonna attack you.
Exactly. I have to do that for happiness reasons, unfortunately. Let's see here. They are at -1. Okay. I'm pretty sure they weren't unhappy. Yeah, okay, so all right, so I got another turn to solve that. Did I decide to recruit that guy here? I did, and I've got no other guys with movement. All right, so I can recruit one more, send him over. Next turn, that deals with that happiness. Meanwhile, Tsukushi is pretty good here. And we got the Saga just screwing around over there, and I don't want to. So here's the thing: I don't want to. I mean, I can go take Heezen. Also, I got some other army things to deal with. But we could go take Heezen, but we still see at least a half a stack from the Saga, We know at some point they had 2 other stacks roaming around. I can't fight them. And then my stupid vassal is over here being a complete fuckface.
What a cunt.
Yeah, like, what would you do in fuckface? Let's see here. Wealth-wise. Ego, Tsukushi. Okay. So where is Boozin on that list? Boozin is actually not making me a lot of money. So, Geisha, you, there. That's what I wanted to know. Entertain nobles. Okay. Next turn we make that happy. You guys over here screwing around. Satsuma. So, in theory, assuming is the lead Satsuma, but that doesn't have one. Sorry, guys, just doing some housekeeping here. Min-maxing the
housekeeping
economics. You want hand job? I'll give you hand job. What the hell kind of place is this? Have you seen Tommy Boy?
Tommy Boy? I have not known.
Oh, man, that's another good one. Do you remember Chris Farley? See a guy you remember?
The name sounds familiar.
Big fat guy, fun, hilarious.
I'm gonna look up his name on my phone. You keep commentating here.
I will. Let's see, Chris Farley. Yeah, entertaining nobles. I really don't care about that. Performing in general, we'll take it. This is a throwaway point. Let's see what retainer.
Yeah, I know him. Why is he dead? Oh yeah, was.
Oh yeah, he did die. Yeah, he was a kind of out of shape guy. So let's see if that adversely affected order. No, it didn't. They're good. Okay, so I've aligned all of those things.
Oh, he died of a drug overdose at the age of 33.
Yeah, cocaine and a fat man, and a lot of booze and hard living. Not good things. Diplomatic now. Let's go to clan management.
He had a very special role on Roseanne. He was in one episode. He was man in clothing store.
Was he really?
That was his role in Roseanne.
Oh, okay. I did not know that. Okay, so Endo, where the hell is Endo Yoshiaki? Where is my goddamn general? Oh, there he is. All right. So I need one more general, by the way, because I'm missing an inspector general. I think I am, because our hero unit died. And by hero unit, I mean the Saito guy. I am more than happy to start fighting battles with this guy because he is my chief of staff. And if I can get that chief of staff up to level 6, I get a +3 to all agents, max capacity. So we are going to be doing that. In a few turns, we can start getting the upgraded line infantry. 5 turns for that. Saving money in the meantime. And it's going to be fucking 4 or 5 turns to get him up to Tsukushi. So 10 turns really before I start getting a good line infantry military. All right. So I need one more general. I really wish we could enchant that guy. Maybe we just go to war next turn. I'm ending my turn, but maybe we just bite the bullet and I fight the Tanegashima.
It's a Christmas miracle.
Yeah, you know what, man? I had a lot to do in that turn. Keeping general order issues. I got this vassal driving me nuts, you know?
It's alright. Don't worry about it.
We got a lot going on over here, okay? In Shimazu land. We got a lot of problems.
Don't worry about it. Alright, can I... Oh shit, I spent too much money. How much is sabotaging his army? Holy shit, that's expensive. Alright, let's cancel this dude. And I
Have you ever worn sabot, the Dutch wooden shoe, Donkey?
What? Klompen?
Have you worn them?
What did you call them? Sabot?
Sabot.
We call them klompen, but sure.
Okay, klompen.
Or wooden clogs is what they say in English, what I hear anyway.
Yeah, I know.
You're just trying to be fancy or something? Sabot.
The word sabot from the word sabotage, my friend. But
Okay.
so do you wear the wooden clogs?
No.
You
This
know.
is such a. I don't know if Americans actually believe this or not, but no, literally no one here except I think farmers do. Some farmers, because it's apparently really comfortable when you're a fucking farmer for some reason. But I don't live anywhere near any farmland, so I wouldn't know. Like people, like that's such a common misconception about the Netherlands. Is like we all live in fucking windmills and wear clogs. Like what?
Well,
Dude,
there's also the
we have some
story
of the fastest internet in the world. Well, not like I think top 10 or something. I'm on 500 right now. You think I live in a fucking windmill? Come on.
Note to self. Donkey does not like windmills or talk thereof. Well, there's because you get obviously the stories that filter back and forth. There's obviously the whole tulip, Dutch shoe, windmill. Oh, also the kid who stopped the flood by putting his finger in the hole in the dike, which in English has just a whole rich connotation behind it. But yeah, so there's that. It's really, and then not paying for a woman on a date. Those are the Dutch things that I think most.
Yeah, which is, I mean, the last one. I don't know. I've never heard of any people that don't pay for dates. I definitely do.
You do not go Dutch.
I do not go Dutch. No, I hate the whole concept of going Dutch. I'd rather pay every single time than go Dutch once. I just think that the whole notion is ridiculous.
It's funny the misconceptions or the weird generalizations that kind of filter across. Now, I will tell you from having watched your Let's Play of what is it? Life is Strange.
Mm-hmm.
I've met a fair amount of millennial high school kids, and they do kind of whine like that.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. I have pretty strong thoughts on America and Americans in general.
I know you hate them. You hate them so much.
I do, yeah. The thing is, though, like, this is such a weird thing for me as well, and I will happily admit this, that every American that I meet is, like, super nice. Like, I know a couple other dudes, like, I don't know if you know them, but CW3, Claire, Trevor, he's on the Discord. I don't know, there's a couple of Steve, who's another donator. They're some of the most generous people as well. Most of my top donators are American or were American or Canadian. Like, so many... All of them that I meet are super nice, but then
like
I
on
hear
an individual basis.
Yes, exactly. But the stereotypes, I have so many of them. Like the fact that so much of America is like super religious, and I just can't get over that personally.
It is more religious. It is more religious.
But it's all like I meet all the people who aren't from those parts. I meet the normal people, if you will, which doesn't sound like a nice thing to say either, but that's the way it is for me. Like all the people who are completely insane.
No, I live in America. I see the same things you do. Here's the one thing I would say, which is just understand the distorted lens that is the media portrayal of the quote unquote average person, right? So the story and the funny analogy is you don't hear the story in the news like white man, black man in America become friends, have dinner. Like you're never going to hear that as a story. So what are you going to hear? You're going to always hear the worst of human behavior on the news. And if you view, just in general, you view countries, existences, places, people from that lens, you're never going to hear any good news. So you end up hearing only the worst of all of it, which, trust me, because, there are countries that America's not keen on, too, where
like one of those things
is the bad things.
One of those things is like school shootings. We hear so much about school shootings, and I'm like, I can't remember if Europe has ever had a school shooting because
there was that Norwegian dude.
Oh yeah, but it wasn't a school shooting. Shot. Yeah, he went to an island just to murder people. He was fucking mad. But that was it's a one-time thing. But we don't have teenagers who get their hands on guns. At least not very often. It doesn't happen here. That sort of thing just pisses me off. And then the way Americans are so nationalistic. land of the brave or land of the free, home of the brave, all this
patriotism, no,
all this shit, and like, dude, like they always go on and on about their it's freedom of speech and shit. Like we have that too. All of Europe has freedom of speech except for maybe Russia, but
for the most part, no, but for the most part they do have freedom.
And I'm like, we don't brag about it. We don't go U.S. or the Netherlands. Like, why do you have to be so nationalistic? Why do so many Americans think that America's the only country in the world that counts?
Well, also you got to remember, if you took a place the size of Europe geographically with 330 or 320 million Americans, I think Europe in total, excluding Russia, is 360, 370. So if you took an entire country that bordered Canada and Mexico and was separated by the two biggest oceans in the world from basically the rest of the world, you get a country that kind of doesn't understand that there's a bigger world around it.
Yeah, probably.
Throw in like a history of isolationism and not giving a fuck about in general not wanting to be drawn into foreign entanglements. George Washington, our first president, was basically like, we're a small country right now, best to avoid foreign entanglements. And we basically did that until World War One. We went in kicking and screaming into World War One, and we joined late, by the way.
Yeah, you did.
We then went super isolationist again until World War Two. And if you understand the military history of World War Two, in one of his kind of tactical blunders, Mr. Hitler decides to on the United States. Without that, FDR had no real reason to get involved in Europe. Literally, we had fine Japan, so we're going to war with Japan because they attacked us. Fine, that's pretty clear.
Yeah.
There was no desire / real straightforward logical reason other than that they were to then also declare war on Europe. On the Axis powers in Europe. And Hitler just did America a huge favor, did the world a big favor in that sense, in that very limited sense of saying, F this, if we're going to have a war, let's have a big one, declare war on the U.S. So
let's go all out.
Yeah, no, let's fucking double down. I'm all in, right?
Make it a party.
So anyway, the U.S. in general is an isolationist country that's also isolated. And Canada and Mexico are our two closest rivals, which, to be honest, outside of hockey are not like any serious rivalries in that sense. So Americans don't travel abroad because we've got 50 states and we've got every climate in the world.
That's the point I was going to make as well. It's like, I go not anymore nowadays, but back in the day I went on holiday with my parents all the time, and we went to Egypt and Israel and I don't know, like different places, the Cyprus and Greece and you name it, like all those places you go to. Mm-hmm. But if you're American, you're not going to go on holiday to those places because it'd be mad expensive to take a flight. So you stay in America. The best you do is, I guess, Mexico or Canada, but it's still
Caribbean. But you do a lot of Florida, you do a lot of California, you do a lot of skiing in the interior.
So you're always in America or very close to it, I suppose.
Alters
so
your perception of the world around you.
Exactly. So I mean, I understand it. If I was American, I'd probably be exactly the same way as Americans are. But as a European, and
it's a pain in the ass. No, I get it. Trust me. I went to school in London. Trust me. I dealt with a large amount of like this whole like, why do you guys do these weird things that from the outside seem so nonsensical? I'm like, there's a reason for it. By the way, John Peter Zenger, I believe, was Dutch, and he's a famous case early on, by the way, in the British administration of the New York colony for freedom of the press. He was very critical, I think, of one of the kings of England and the local, whatever you want to call it, viceroy, governor general, etc. at the time, tried to have him censored, and basically he sued. He was like, "I'm just printing stuff about this. Sorry that it's critical of the government, but it is what it is." Anyway,
yeah.
John Peter Zenger. I don't know if he was Dutch. He sounds Dutch, though.
Yeah, it sounds somewhat Dutch. Do you know how to write it? I'll Google it again.
Zenger, Zenger, and it's John Peter. And it's not like Dutch Peter. It's Peter.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway. No, look, it's...
okay, here we go. John Peter Zenger. American printer and journalist in New York City.
Yeah.
He was American.
No, but I mean, I think of European extraction, of course, because 99% of Americans are not.
Oh yeah,
in some way Native American,
yeah.
indigenous people. But no, I mean
That's
like,
another one of those things. I mean then you get to the whole like racism and the whole building a wall, keeping people out, etc. I personally, but I mean Europe has plenty of that as well. Of not necessarily keeping people out, we have very open borders. If you're a European, you can go anywhere in Europe essentially, or European Union, without being stopped at the border. I think some countries do it now, like Denmark. When I went to Denmark with my girlfriend in December last year, we were stopped at the border, and she, being Filipina, she had to show her visa and everything as well. But that's just Denmark. Most countries, you just drive straight through the border, nothing happens. But that, like, I like that, and I think that Europe has. I think the whole our country is our country and it should stay our country. I don't like that at all in general. Like, you know, the whole Brexit thing going on, all that. Like, it just pisses me off because why? Just because you're born,
nationalism. No, yeah, you're talking about nationalism, and that's.
Just because you're born in X country, why does that mean you can't go to Y country? Like, why should that stop you? Why should that government say, no, you can't come here? Like, why? If I want to go live in America, I should be able to do that. Not that I want to.
And also, by extension, like, you know, there's also the de facto assumption that one country is better, right? And that's the problem that you always get into, because particularly in Europe, where the Dutch peoples are kind of a Dutch peoples, right? They might go back however far you want to go back into at what point in time Anglo-Saxon and you know, Viking and other non-Roman tribes settled the area, but like, you know, it's like there's kind of a nationalistic, at some level racist kind of, or racial basis for being Dutch, Celt, Frankish, German, Anglo-Saxon, Britain, all that stuff, right? These are all tribes that exist in Rome Total War. And, you know, that's the nasty part of it when it becomes, you know, aligned to racism. And then, of course, the purity that goes along with being of one specific race. That's where you really go down the dark path.
Yeah.
So American nationalism and patriotism, yeah, it's a weird thing to view from the outside. And until recently, frankly, it wasn't kind of the thing that it is now, which is disheartening. But anyway, enough politics, Donkey.
I was going to say, we should start a podcast of all this talk. Have we done any turns in this video so far? We're just talking about...
I've been moving shit around.
I built like one building, that was it.
No, I did build my building. Built the upgraded ironworks, because we are going for, eventually at some point, Armstrong guns with improved accuracy. Oh, yeah. I have not really any money left over, so it just comes down to, we just keep dodging this question of the Tanegashima.
Yeah. I'm also currently at a bit of an impasse where I'm not sure if I want to expand right now, if I would just want to sit back and kind of upgrade shit. Because we're also, I think if I expand one or two more towns, we get Divide? Yeah, so we want to kind of be careful of that too.
Well, so here's the thing with Realm Divide. I lose the chance to get rid of the Saga if we do Realm Divide. So I prefer.
You can still declare war on them. Actually, it actually works really well in your favor. If you become Imperial, they will be your ally. So what you can do. Forced to be, yes, but what you can do, you can still declare war on them. You take one town, and then if you ask them for peace again, they are forced to take that. They cannot say no. So you can take one of their towns, wait for their armies to leave the other town, like just get an alliance with them again, just betray them again 2 turns later when their armies are gone, and their armies will disappear.
Oh, and then, so there's an exploit on the Imperial side.
Yeah, it's a super... and the same with the Shogunate.
Our guys?
Yeah, as long as you are Shogunate or Imperial, you can keep doing that. Yeah, it's really easy.
All right. Okay, so that's not bad. We'll get... The Shimazu will reign supreme over Kyushu at some point. All right, what the fuck are we going to do with these Tanegashima? They're here. Do I have money this turn? I don't even have money to do this because
I'd say fuck it, just leave them, and if they take Bungo, go back, keep sabotaging them with your ninja. Maybe keep your geisha nearby.
All right, so I don't have money to sabotage them. We'll give them one free turn. Yeah, I will.
Just let them take Bungo.
No, but I'll get closer to Bungo. Right, so am I hidden again? All right, so I'm going to sit there. Now we moved away from them. Maybe they lost line of sight, and maybe they really think, like, hey, let's go do this.
Sure.
All right.
Worth a try.
Worth a try. If not, I'm going up to Saga Lands.
Sounds bueno.
Yeah, like so super patriotism, super nationalism, they're not as prevalent as the media would have you think, but it's not insignificant either. I saw a crazy thing on HBO, whatever it was recently. The whole creationism, where people are convinced that Darwin is evil, and that that creationism should be taught at least side by side with evolution, so that people hear both sides of the argument. So there's that in America, which I don't know if there's a creationism campaign in the Netherlands to have creationism taught in secular schools. So
I don't think so, no.
I would be hard pressed to hear. I mean, maybe in England, that would be the only other place I could think of creationism would have any sort of grassroots appeal. But I mean, the Netherlands just too practical, too, in my experience, kind of agnostic, practical, whatever you want to call it.
Well, yeah, it's ironic because speaking of agnostic and just religion in general, I live in one of the two most religious towns in the Netherlands. Mm-hmm. Like, that's what our town is known for. And mm-hmm. our stores are closed on Sunday, yada yada. Mm-hmm. But I'm like super agnostic / but
secular.
I just don't. I have nothing religion. I don't believe in it. I think it's the whole notion is laughable, honestly. But I don't want to go into that because I'm gonna piss off all the people.
Yeah.
But that's like, it's just kind of weird because my parents also are not really religious. They don't refuse to believe, but they're not actively religious or anything. Mm-hmm. But yeah, the town that I live in, like it's a lot of old people as well, obviously, and they're all super religious and all this and that, and people get raised religious. There are no public schools here that are that have no affiliation to a religion. I went in elementary school. My school was Catholic, and you went to church on during Christmas and this and that. We didn't practice it at home, and they didn't force it down your throat, but you still prayed before lunch and stuff like that. But I still came to my own conclusions that it doesn't make any sense to me. So I chose to become agnostic, essentially. But yeah, there are no public schools here that have no affiliation to religion. Like, they're all Christian or Catholic or whatever, what have you, in this town anyway. So yeah.
Take that, Tanegashima. Yeah, we're gonna start taking your 25% increase to campaign membership. So there are no whatever you want to call it here in America, public schools, state-sponsored, state money kind of schools.
Yeah, the whole school system, that pisses me off in America as well. Like, you guys pay for everything, college, etc. Here, well, actually...
No, that's not true. That's not true.
But you have scholarships and shit. But we don't have that.
No, the State University of New York system is a system of, I think, 40 universities across the state of New York, which is now free to families that qualify. And by qualify, you got to make less than $100,000 a year as a household, or whatever that number is. But no, university is now free in the state of New York. There are a number of states. Each state has its own university, publicly funded by that state. So there are a huge amount of universities that are subsidized by the local state government that are way discounted. I mean, I'm saying like 20%, 15% the price of a full boat private institution. So that's a little bit of a misconception. There are a lot of high quality universities that are free or highly discounted relative to like Harvard. Harvard's $85,000, $90,000, $100,000 a year when you talk about everything. There are plenty of state schools that are like $5,000. If you're in state and you go to the University of Virginia, guys out there who are watching this from the state of Virginia, it's $5,000 a year, and $5,000 a year to go to the University of Virginia, which is an excellent school, by the way. One of the best state schools in the United States. You're getting, again, the same education that out-of-staters are paying probably $50,000, $60,000 for. You're paying $5,000 for. So there is that. Enough. That's a little bit of a misconception that everything's private. It's also a question of tax jurisdiction. So at the local level, there's municipal tax that derives from real estate ownership. So property tax funds a lot of like primary and secondary schools. So in the good neighborhoods where there's enough tax revenue to pay for a good primary and secondary school, you have public schools. In large areas where there are rich people and or bad public schools, you do have a lot of private. So you have either kind of parochial religious Catholic schools, or you have like, the ones that you're probably, cringing about that you see on TV, where it's the young kids in the blue blazers with the red ties, making racist jokes and being dicks. Like, there's that too. So it does exist, but I just think on balance, I think, you maybe think it's more than it. Okay. I think that it's a matter of degree, because your lens is such a lens that you're going to see the worst, unfortunately. I think is really bad.
Yeah, no, I think that's true. We definitely have a lot of misconceptions, but I mean, there's a lot of misconceptions about every country in the world, I think.
Well, yeah, I mean, you live in a windmill, man. You
I do,
just
yeah.
admitted it to me off screen between episodes, guys. He admitted it. His surname is Vandermill, which means of the mill.
Yep.
And,
yeah, that's it.
Yeah. And his pillow waifu is named Tulip.
Did you know that tulip originated from Turkey, not from the Netherlands?
So the flower itself.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I actually recently only found out about this. I don't know why, but I guess I read something about it, and yeah, it turned out it came from Turkey.
Well, that's good. I mean, Dutch East India Company, Dutch West India Company.
Got all of them. North India Company.
Yeah. Hey, look, the Dutch were quite mercantile.
We were fucking slave drivers back in the day, too. So, there's that.
Well, were you participants in the slave trade? I mean, because it was lucrative.
The Netherlands was pretty big on the whole slave trading.
Were they really? They were.
They really were. Yeah,
the slave trading triangle.
That we were one of the biggest ones, I think. But
probably the Spanish. I mean, America's. I mean, look, it was a horrible thing to use human beings for economy, but the entire world. I'm sure you guys were making. I mean, you guys were good at making money, so I'm sure you guys were making the most.
Yeah, we did all right.
All right. Now that being said, is there anything I can buy to upgrade my towns while I'm doing that? I can go markets. Oh, should I go financial districts? What does that do? 1260. Okay, so let's go look at best town.
Well, you actually buggered off your army now. You're like, fuck it. Let them take.
Yeah, no, I did. I while we were made the decision in my head, like, F these guys. If they're gonna do it, they're gonna do it.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Okay, so Ego still has a field artillery school, which we don't need. So I'm gonna take that down. They have the Richi Mahjong Park, which I guess we never changed. Okay, so Tsukushi, can you upgrade yet? You sure can. You have a field artillery school too. These are things probably should have investigated earlier. Hyuga. All right, you're getting a financial district, Hyuga. Live with it. Money spent.
Deal with it.
Oh, I also I killed one of their generals. So I killed one of their generals and I moved my army.
Oh, you killed with the ninja?
Yeah, I did.
Nice.
Screw these guys. I do need, I might turn back that geisha and go try and charm one of those guys.
Ooh.
How do we do that tactically? So maybe if we wait till realm divide, declare war on them, then get peace because they only have one thing. Their army will be insta-teleported out. Yeah, I think maybe we can tactically screw around with that at realm divide if they're just going to sit there like creeps.
Anyway, time to end this episode where we basically just discussed politics.
Yeah, you told me how much you hate America, and I told you to put your wooden shoes back on. Go back to your windmill. Go back to your windmill.
I'm already in my windmill. What are you talking about?
Build a wall around your windmill, you jerk. All right, guys.
All right. Until next time, where we probably talk about something else. Have a good day and goodbye.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely nothing weebish.